And Cece, while you're up there, I want you to clean out the attic.
What's this? Wait a second, where am I?
The land bridge arose around 70,000 years ago and exposed the broad continental shelves, allowing the new Americans to cross over in the Americas.
The Columbian Exchange was a trade of the goods between the Old and New World. The Europeans brought diseases, for example, like smallpox and the scarlet fever. Likewise, the Native Americans gave goods like gold, crops such as corn, and syphilis.
Hello, Indian. I'm Christopher Columbus. I will help you. You will be guided by Jesus now. Okay. I was sent by the Spanish crown to let you know that you are now my workers by the system of encomienda.
The defeat of the Spanish Armada led to Britain being a dominant naval power.
I'm so much stronger than you. What do you think you're gonna do?
And allowing them to colonize, leading to the creation of the American colonies.
Oh my gosh. What just happened? This attic just cursed, man. Has chaotic evil energy. Is this a ring? I wonder if I could sell that.
The colonists found Jamestown in 1607. North America. Under King James I, I will found Jamestown here.
This is our land.
Okay, colonies, give me my money.
Here you go. Mercantilism. Zooey mama.
Go get a flag!
I know, Grandma. Shut up, old lady. Oh, perfect.
Au revoir.
Badass. Ah!
Next, I saw the Revolutionary War, which is when America got its independence from Britain. This allowed America to become an independent country and not colonies anymore, separating themselves from mercantilism in Britain.
Great. Now we're free from Britain.
Yay!
I want states' rights.
I want the right to enforce taxation.
I want the federal government to have less power through my state.
Perfect.
The Articles of Confederation.
Oh, sorry. Wait a second. Are you George Washington, the first president of the United States of America?
Yeah, can I help you?
Did you hear what's going on in France?
No.
They're beheading all the monarchs. It's the French Revolution.
The French Revolution is getting way too violent and way too out of hand. We must stay out of it.
Oh my gosh, this is George Washington's farewell address.
As I leave this beautiful country, there's two things I'd like to leave you guys with. One, do not form political parties. And two, most importantly, do not get us in foreign entanglements. So, Mr. President, are we going to go to war with Britain or France?
Neither. We're not ready for war.
Boo! I'm a Federalist and I believe we must side with Britain.
But I'm a JDR and we must go with France.
I, President John Adams, believe that we should stay out of war and be neutral. Grandma, I got the flag. What the heck? I wonder when this is from.
Hey, American sailor, you're coming with me and working for Britain now.
Hey, Britain, you're totally violating the freedom of the seas. I would like to buy New Orleans.
How about all this land?
I can do that. There you go. Wee!
The War of 1812 between Britain and America was caused because of impressment of American sailors by the British. America felt the need to protect their freedom of the seas, leaving a policy of isolationism. Also, during this war, the British gave weapons to Native Americans, angering Americans.
By the Monroe Doctrine, stay out of the Western Hemisphere. Hey, Matt.
I wonder what these are for. After the election of 1860, the South seceded from the Union. This was due to their loss of the House of Representatives in 1828 because the North had a higher population. They lost the Senate in 1858 because California came into the Union without a slave state because of the Compromise of 1858. And finally, when they lost the presidency in 1860 when Abraham Lincoln won.
I believe in manifest destiny, so this is my land. Finally, this?
Wait, what about my land?
No, this is my land.
The Mexican-American War started because America pushed Mexico into it in order to get their land, which America wanted, by debating over where their border was. The result of the war was gaining California, New Mexico, and Arizona, as well as other parts of land in the Mexican cession. The Industrial Revolution of the late 18th century was started by Jefferson's Embargo Act of 1807. Mass production grew through the creation of new machines and America not being able to trade with any nations. Train tracks? What?
Hey, I'm a nativist. You can't take my job.
Listen here, you immigrant. You better vote for me in this election or you're gonna lose your job.
Whoa, that was some pretty corrupt stuff. Grandma, do you remember what happened from 1900 to 1945?
Oh boy, yes I do. I was just a child during those years, but I remember most of it pretty vividly.
Start with 1900.
Oh, it all began with imperialism in America. America had run out of land, but they still believed in manifest destiny. So they tried to expand in Latin American countries. But when World War I came, that America got involved, and it was such an awful war that no one ever wanted to be involved in a war again. So we, America, became isolationist. You'll have to look that word up. And it was apparent when we didn't even join the League of Nations, which we were the leaders who actually started it. Then the Great Depression came along. We were so concerned with this awful thing happening in our country. We didn't worry about the goings-on outside of America. We stayed isolated until America entered World War II. America felt democracy was being threatened. I remember FDR's speech explaining why we should go to war. And then in 1945, World War II ended.
Aw, my old plane.
During the Cold War, both America and the Soviet Union threatened each other with the use of nuclear warfare. Though neither nations actually declared war, the people were left frightened.
Their wigs were snatched.
Excuse me, ma'am, where are we?
We're going to Berlin
Why?
because the communists cut off supplies to Berlin.
Haha, take that, communists. Milk, the new weapon of democracy.
I'm out here on the come up. I beat the drummer. I roll up no more drama. Want, she give me what I wanna.
That's it. I'm out of here. After the recent attacks in the U.S. on September 11th, we must focus on protecting our country.